physical and chemical change. So what is change? Change, it means something which where there is a change in form, where there is a change in size or shape, that is change. Okay, so physical change and chemical change. Physical change means where no new substance is formed. The best example is, you can take ice from water, or you can say water to water vapor is a physical change. And what is chemical change? Where a new substances are formed. New substance itself is formed, is called as chemical change. So let me just tell you, physical change means where no new substance is formed, and in chemical change new substance is formed. Now let us take one example which is given in your book. For example, you can make curd from milk is a change. Okay, if you are stretching a rubber, it's a change. If you are just cutting a paper, it's a change. So change is of two types, physical and chemical change. So in activity 6.1, what is given you? In activity 6.1, they have shown you that there is a piece of paper, and when you cut into four pieces, after that cut each into four pieces. Now obviously now you cannot join them, but which change is this? Is it physical or chemical? It's a physical change. Why? Because here new substance is not formed. Second one, so first one was about a piece of paper. Second one, let us take a chalk dust which was lying there on the floor, right? Whenever a teacher is writing something with a chalk, the chalk dust is somewhat chalk dust is there on the floor itself. So these chalk dust cannot make a shape of a chalk, right? Still it is a physical change or chemical change. You have to tell me, is it physical or chemical change? It's a physical change. Why? New substance is not formed over there. Now take some ice in a glass or a plastic tumbler, melt the ice by placing it into the sun. Now you have a mixture of ice and water. Okay, now place the tumbler in freezing mixture, that is ice plus common salt. Does the water become solid ice once again? Okay, do you know the peculiarity of ice plus common salt? When there was no freeze, right, at that time what people used to do, if they have a ice which were bought from outside, they put it inside one another beaker in which they put ice and salt mixture. Why? Because it does not allow ice to melt. If you put ice in this much, it will not melt easily, right? So it's a chemical change over, sorry, it's a physical change over here. Now let us take example 6.4. They have told you that if you boil a water, right, whenever you boil a water and there is a lid over it, so when you boil a water and after that if that water is accumulated on the lid, then there is some droplets of water. These are the water vapors, right? So these water vapor are vaporization process, that is water get converted into water vapor. So it's again a physical change. In next activity, they have shown you the activity which should be handled with a care. Why? Because flame is used over here. So what they have told you, that you have to use a hacksaw blade with a pair of tongs, right? Pair of tongs, you know how the instrument used to pick up the vessels in your kitchen, right? Now keep the tip of the free end of the blade on the gas stove. So on a gas stove, put that thing. Now color of the blade changes or not. Okay, take a blade and along with a, that is with a pair of tongues, just hot it. Now what happens? after you remove it from flame, you have to observe the tip once again, and then do it come to original color? Yes or no, you have to tell me. Take a blade, hot it, and after that see does it change the color or not. You have to tell me. Okay, so in 6.3 and 6.4 activity, where water was there, that is conversion of solid to liquid and gas to liquid, it is physical change. In 6.5, the color changes, right? So if now we are coming to a very our topic. If a shape changes, size changes, color changes, or state of matter changes, what four thing changes? State of matter, that is solid to liquid or liquid to gas, shape, size and color. If all this, if any of the four or more than two, right, any, if any one change occurs or two change simultaneously occur, it is physical change. I am highlighting for your things, right? Now, a change where a physical property changes is called physical change. Now we are doing chemical change. See, chemical change, the best example is rusting, right? You all are very well aware of a rusting. So what is rusting? If iron is there, if that iron is reacted with oxygen and a moisture, right, moisture, that is water, it will form a rust. At home, if you have a any iron things which is of a old thing, and you keep it inside, keep it outside, then it will rust due to atmosphere, especially in a rainy season, right? If you take a wet iron pan, that is tawa, and if it will get rust if it is left state for a some time. If you put your tawa as it is, right, in a hot that condition, it will also get rust. So that is the chemical change. Now they have shown you one activity, it is very important activity. Okay, you cannot do this at home. Why? Because you don't have got a magnesium ribbon. Now what is magnesium and magnesium ribbon? Magnesium is one metal, right? Like sodium is one metal, same way magnesium is one metal. So what you have to do, you have to take a this type of pair of tongues. If you can see, it is a pair of tongue, right? This one, it is a pair of tongue used in laboratory. Then you have to, with the help of pair of tongue, you have to take a magnesium ribbon, right? If this is a magnesium ribbon with a pair of tongue, just place it, right, just hold it in your hand. Now there is a Bunsen burner. What is Bunsen burner? One small type of burner which is used in laboratory, right? So when you heat this strip, it will release, it will give a shining white color. It is a peculiarity of magnesium. So magnesium plus O2, that gives you MgO, right? So this is magnesium oxide. This white flame is formed when there is a magnesium oxide formed, right? Understood? So this is about a magnesium oxide. Now whatever magnesium oxide is formed, right, so that magnesium oxide is formed, that is in the form of powder. So when you take that powder, when you take this magnesium oxide powder, see, it is very interesting experiment. If you take this magnesium oxide powder and if you put it into red and blue litmus paper, what is red and blue litmus paper, right? You take this magnesium oxide powder, add some water into it. Now in beaker you get one powdered water, right? Now you take two litmus paper, red litmus paper and blue litmus paper, right? Now magnesium oxide, is it base or acid, that we have to come to know. Now let me tell you, there are two things, acidity, acidic and basic nature, right? So these magnesium oxide is basic in nature. How it is? It is basic in nature, right? So we'll do litmus paper and that study in a study also, but right now let me tell you that it is base in nature. It is not acidic, it is basic. Now how do we come to know? First of all, it is basic. Magnesium oxide, if it is reacted with water, it will give you MgOH twice. See this, you have to learn it, right? Whenever OH comes, it is basic, right? Whenever OH comes, it is basic. You know very well, I took in beaker magnesium oxide and added water into it. So new substance is formed. It is called as magnesium hydroxide, MgOH. Now these OH, whenever OH is there, it is basic in nature.